Charleston, in South Carolina. Can you resist that? Let me fade that out now. I love that song. So, welcome to Markie's late, or Earley's late review of Falling Skies. I came with a shaky camera, because I always have a shaky camera. That's how we do things on this channel. So, yes, they're off to Charleston. And I can't actually even think the word Charleston without thinking of that piece of music and that dance. I'm not keen on dancing. Being kind of dyspraxic, dancing is a bit of a kind of a traumatic thing for me. But I do love the Charleston for some reason. Maybe a past life thing or something, I don't know. So, Charleston, yes. So, Falling Skies. So, review. Okay, so a few things from this second series of Falling Skies. Still enjoying it. Still think it's good. Is it more derivative than the first series? Possibly. So, yeah, how is it more derivative? Well, kind of, yeah, Walking Dead, because they went, you know, they had this kind of hope of this community, didn't they? And they went to several, didn't they? Woodbury, was it Woodbury? And then the place where all the cannibals were. And as far as I've got with The Walking Dead, they're in another community, so there's high hope of, you know, going to this place. So a bit like The Walking Dead, yeah. And also, what's her name? What was her first name? Dr. Glass. So I'll just switch this screen off because it's distracting me. I've got flappers flapping. That could be a euphemism. So, yeah, pregnant, just like, what's her face in The Walking Dead? What was her name? Terrible memory. That's why it's called Earley's Late ND Reviews, because I have no memory. I'm terrible with plots. I'm really the worst person to do reviews, but I like it, so I'm going to do it, really. So, yeah, derivative like The Walking Dead. What else did I think about this series? I was disappointed with the laying on with trowels of some of the kind of the bits about the relationship between Tom and Dan. So, for example, I like the bit where Tom tucks him up in bed, pulls a blanket up over him. That's really nice. But they don't have to keep saying, oh, you know, I didn't like you to begin with, and now I've learned some respect for you, and you're the sort of person I want by my side. That's better unspoken. You know, you don't need to spell that out. So, you know, more subtlety, I think, would be an improvement. So, but going back to derivativity, Einstein's theory of derivativity. Yeah, I get a little. I said last time, the review of the first series, that I wasn't getting any Doctor Who, but this series, yeah, a little bit of Doctor Who crept in. Okay, so if you're a Whovian, before I say what I think it is, just pause the video, tell me your guess. Okay, maybe put that in the comments. Where do you think? I think there is a little nod towards Doctor, or something, or something very similar to something that's used in Doctor Who. Okay, so pause it there. Okay, you're back. I'm going to tell you. The harnesses, when they kind of come to life, they remind me of Cybermen and Cybermats. So, you know, whether that's copied or just a similar idea. There's only so many ideas you can have, I guess. Again, I don't really mind this derivative stuff. It's kind of okay. But, you know, it's quite fun to comment on it. So, yeah, a bit derivative there. The other thing, main comment about Series 2 is, in the previous series, or the previous season, they were referring to the aircraft of the aliens as airships, which I thought was a bit odd. And then this time around, they're referring to them as beamers. So what do they mean, BMWs? What's that all about? Why are they calling them? Where did that come from? Did I miss something? I think I might have missed something there. So yeah, beamers, a bit odd. Also, you know, with the subject of beamers and you know, air power and stuff, I still kind of think you know, if these aliens have got any kind of decent air power, they're just going to find the resistance so easily, you know. So again, maybe I've missed something. You know, what I guess, you know, we need is some reason why their air power is limited. Maybe it is because, you know, certain things have been destroyed, like, you know, the kind of antennae and, you know, kind of tech that kind of helps navigation. Maybe I missed something there. Maybe I missed a trick. I really hope there is an explanation for that, because otherwise, you know, particularly when they drive around at night with their headlights on, you know, that's gonna, you know, it's going to just be a real giveaway, isn't it, really? Never mind kind of putting mattresses or blankets over the engine for the engine heat. When they were in convoy, they all drove too close together. I don't know how, you know, anyone military experience know kind of how convoys operate? But, you know, I was just thinking they were so close together that, you know, the vehicle and the start stops, and then, you know, everyone's just going to crash into one another, and that's going to be the death of everybody, or the you know, certainly the death of the vehicles. A bit like Kiwi drivers. Kiwi drivers drive like that. UK drivers don't. Kiwi drivers drive. They do drive that close behind each other. Have I got anything else to say about falling skies? Oh yeah, interesting ending where there's another type of alien appears and we don't know who they're going to be. A lot more politics, I guess, in this series. A lot more different factions. So you've got the kind of the rebel skitters. So you've got more kinds. You've got the crawlers, skitters. That was what I was going to say. A terrible science fiction trope is escaping or hiding or attacking through ventilation shafts. You know. Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do the ventilation shaft thing. Oh god, I'm thinking all kinds of. Blake 7 had a massive ventilation. Every science fiction thing, ventilation shaft. And the other thing as well is you can always take the grills off. You know, so you know, you do get ventilation shafts. Sometimes they're big. Usually they're small. Usually they're hooked up to some kind of ventilation. So therefore often, you know, there's kind of air blowing through them, and you know, I don't know, probably quite dangerous places, I would have thought. But the grills on them always, you know, they're always screwed on, aren't they? They're always fixed on in some, you know, in some fairly secure way. You don't just go up to them and kind of pull them off. So yeah, you know, you lose points for that terrible science fiction trope of ventilation shafts. So two things: you use 2 points. You lose a point for kind of using the ventilation shaft, and you lose another point for having a grill that you just pull off. That's really bad. It's been, and that's been, you know, used a lot in Doctor Who. I think about Sarah Jane getting stuck in a ventilation shaft. Not that I'm into science fiction, you know. I just happen to like some things that have a science fiction basis. Denial's a wonderful thing. So, kind of should say farewell in a kind of Charleston-y way, shouldn't I? So, hope you enjoyed my review, and Rangimarie.